and welcome back to the channel. Really glad to have you here. In today's video we are going to talk about the wonderful benefits of Yarrow. How can Yarrow be used and applied topically, as well as taken as a tea, taken as an infused oil like we've done in the previous videos. Now I've covered Yarrow in many of my previous videos, talking about how to harvest Yarrow, how to better identify this wonderful plant when it's growing around you in the wild, and how to make the best use of it. I've even made a video talking about how to make a Yarrow infused oil for different types of joint pain, as well as a topical application in order to help with muscle healing and general skin health as well. But in this video, just going to talk briefly about the wonderful benefits of Yarrow, as well as some information that I haven't covered in the previous videos. So Yarrow is a wonderful plant that has antibacterial benefits, it has estrogen benefits, and also promotes sweating. So absolutely amazing when it comes to the gentle detoxing of the body. And what it also does, it has an effect on the digestive system. So it acts as a stimulant to the digestive system, and it also acts as a balancer to the female hormone system, especially when it comes to menstrual problems, when it comes to period pain, when it comes to problems with delayed menstrual cycle and excessive bleeding associated with that as well. Another thing is that it acts as an anti-inflammatory and an anti-allergenic. So it's usually used for hay fever as a tea. You can make a tea out of it. It's great for hay fever when taken before the hay fever season by at least 2 weeks, and it also can be used as an anti-spasmodic. Now let's have a look at what other things we can use this wonderful plant for, and I've got a slideshow here prepared for you to help in the visual appeal. So in regards to the flowers, as you can see, are beautiful, delicate flowers, and they can easily be dried. So if you have Yarrow growing around you and it's in a place where you know there's no excess pollution, you know there is no herbicides, pesticides used in the growing process, then go ahead and after you correctly identify this plant, go ahead and harvest it. As you can see, it can be dried in multiple ways. You can simply put it on a paper towel and dry it that way, or you can even use a dehydrator in it as well. It's a very light herb that is easily accessible, and it grows in groups as well. And for the flowers, they're rich in a chemical that is amazing for an anti-allergy compounds, anti-allergy ingredients. So that's why I said it's really important when it comes to tackling allergic type of hay fevers, and also you can do it as tea. And if you are harvesting the Yarrow in around you, it's better to harvest the flowers during the summer and also during the autumn as well, early autumn. Another thing that can be used for is the leaves. What can we use the Yarrow leaves for? Now the Yarrow leaves are beautiful. They're rich in all sorts of compounds, and they can actually be used to encourage clotting, and they can be used fresh. They can also be used for nosebleeds, of course under the supervision of a holistic medical practitioner. Another thing that you can use the leaves, the specific Yarrow leaves, is surprisingly for headaches and for migraines as well, and you can do that by simply making a tea out of them. And also there is other ways to use the Yarrow, including the Yarrow essential oil, which I will get to later about where to source that. So the essential oil of Yarrow is a bit weird because it needs to be a dark blue color. That's how you know it is 100% pure. That's how you know that it's rich in the minerals and the compounds that it's known for, and it has anti-inflammatory properties. You can use it for chest rubs to help with colds and flus and influenza as well. Now, what could you use the whole plant? Now, we've talked about using the leaves, the flowers, as well as the essential oil, but did you know you can actually use the whole plant for different sorts of benefits? Among them is a digestive tonic to encourage the flow of bile. You can also use it as a diuretic. You can also use it as a tonic for the blood. You can also use it to stimulate the circulation, and you can also use it for high blood pressure as well in specific conditions and specific doses. Now, what the whole plant is, the best easiest way to use the whole yarrow plant is to simply make a tea out of it. Now, as you can tell with this beautiful image, yarrow comes in all sorts of different colors, and there's no difference if you have a purple yarrow, if you have a pink yarrow, or a white yarrow, or even a yellow yarrow. There is no difference in the benefits and in the compounds that are inside the plant. They all have the same compounds, they all have the same minerals, the same properties attached to them, so no need to worry on this case. So going back to using the whole plant, as we said, you can use it to encourage bioflow and also as a tonic for the blood. So it helps to cleanse the blood and it helps to stimulate circulation as well. And also really useful when you make a yarrow tea using both the flowers, the stems and the leaves. Really important for menstrual problems as well, because it helps to reduce excess bleeding during the menstrual cycle. Now, anyone suffering from, for example, when it comes to adenomyosis and when it comes to specific conditions that actually cause an increase of flow in the menstrual cycle, that causes fatigue, that causes all sorts of problems that lead to, you can actually try yarrow, which I've done myself, yarrow tea during the first heavy days of flow of the cycle. You can use 2 cups of yarrow tea a day using the whole plant, using the whole yarrow plant, so the flowers, the leaves and the stems and all, to make a tea out of it. Sweeten it with a little bit of honey, a little bit of stevia if you're not using honey, and go ahead and drink that warm. Another thing that you can use it for when it comes to the specific uses, and I'll just go back here just to show you what we have here on Amazon. What I have opened up for you, I simply searched up yarrow essential oil. As you can tell, many different brands of yarrow essential oil. I usually go with the Amazon choice because there needs to be a lot of filtration needed for the Amazon team to decide on which ones they need to showcase for the Amazon choice. So it's usually a really high quality one. As you can tell, 100% pure essential oil, and it has really amazing reviews and ratings, as you can see, and it's therapeutic grade. So that's amazing when it comes to using essential oils. If they are graded as therapeutic grade, you know that they are medicinal oils, you know that they are rich in the benefits and in the compounds that they are advertised to be. So you can use the oil as a massage oil, and you can do that specifically when it comes to the inflamed joints and sore joints as well. You can simply dilute about 5 drops of the yarrow oil into 25 milliliters of olive oil, almond oil, or better off, the St. John's oil, because the St. John's oil also has properties that help with inflamed joints, that help with sore joints. So you can use 25 milliliters of the St. John's oil and mix with that about 5 drops of the yarrow oil. As you can see here, rub it on the inflamed joints, rub it on the sore joints, and it will help. Another thing is you can use the essential oil for the chest rub, specifically when it comes to colds and flus. So you can combine it with any other essential oil that is known to have similar properties in terms of acting as a decongestant, something like eucalyptus, peppermint, or thyme oil. Be careful because these oils are really concentrated, so it's best before applying any sort of essential oil as a chest rub, first of all, to dilute it, and this is what we're saying in this specific recipe, is to follow it according to the instructions, and make sure you do a test batch before you apply it on your skin, because you don't want to apply it on your skin thickly and apply the whole recipe, and then God forbid you know that you have some sort of allergic symptoms, or you have some sort of rash or itchiness or burning sensation in the area. You want to apply it firstly on a small patch of skin, and then watch out for up to 24 hours, see if there's any sort of mild itching, irritation happening in that area. You know, if there's any mild symptoms happening, you know to avoid that oil or to avoid that recipe. But because we just want to be safe here, the essential oils are concentrated medicinal oils that of course have their pros and their cons, and they're very powerful. So you want to be careful when dealing with these and make sure to take the safe precautions as much as possible. So as we said here, there's also the yarrow tincture tincture that you can use for urinary infections, urinary disorders, and also menstrual problem cycles, so anything with excess bleeding as well. So when I go here on Amazon, for example, I write in Yarrow, the first thing that comes up is this wonderful Nature's Answer Yarrow alcohol-free tincture that has been specifically made with alcohol-free, gluten-free, and also they state the exact megagram dosage that you will get out of one dose. So let's have a look here what else they say. One thing that I want you to be aware of when you are purchasing tinctures, if you don't make them yourself, is to check out the way they are extracted, because different extraction methods have different properties and different different effects. For example, here you want to make sure it's extracted using the best kind of process in order to make sure it's rich in the benefits that it claims it is. For example, here it says it's biogelated and it's used during this is the kind of extraction process that they have used. And you also want to check out the other ingredients, make sure there is no chemicals used, make sure it is all natural, check out the warnings as well, keep out of reach of children, do not use it pregnant or nursing, and also check out the reviews. So as you can tell here, 5-star reviews 130 compared to 1-star 2. So check out the reviews, check out what people have been saying about their experience with it, and go ahead and make a informed purchase of the best kind of brand that you feel that you can relate to and that you feel is representing what you want it to help you with. So we've come towards the end of our video. Just before we close this video, I just want to mention a couple of really important points when it comes to the warnings in regards to using Yarrow. So in rare cases, Yarrow can cause severe allergic skin rashes, and this happens when you use the Yarrow oil on a long-term basis. And this is because it can cause skin phytosensitivity. So please make sure if you apply Yarrow oil, whether it's essential oil or infused oil, make sure that you don't get out of the sun straight away. Do not get out into the sun straight away because it can cause skin phytosensitivity. Also, please avoid using Yarrow during pregnancy and nursing at any stage, because it acts as a uterine stimulant. So we've come towards the end of our video. If this video has helped you in any way, please like, share and subscribe. We would love to have you on board. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad to have you here. In today's video, I just made the Arabic version for the video, so we made Yarrow oil. Let's talk a little bit about Yarrow oil. So first off, I went to collect some wild Yarrow herb. As you can see here, I have an amount of Yarrow leaves and flowers that I've collected. I've just washed these and I'm drying them on the sunshine right here. So beautiful sunshine we have. We got to make the most of it because it's quite rare here in Finland. So here I have dried the Yarrow plant, the whole plant. I've used the stem, I've used the leaves, and I've also used the flowers. After drying the plant, I've cut it. Some people prefer to use powdered Yarrow to make the oil. I prefer that the Yarrow is cut to small pieces, as you can see here, and then gently just touch the flowers and remove them from the stem, as you can see what I've done here. So I've gently removed the flowers from the stem, and then I have added some olive oil to a sterilized jar. I've added some olive oil, as you can see here, and I'm allowing this to infuse for about 4 to 8 weeks. The longer the better. And then I will strain it and use it to make a balm that will be great to combat arthritis pain, great to combat muscle pain, also great for healing wounds, unopened wounds, wounds that have not that are not too deep. After they have stopped bleeding, just apply the oil, the Yarrow oil, apply the balm that you've made using the Yarrow oil, the Yarrow infused oil, and it will heal in a very nice, perfect way. Of course, check with your doctor if you have any sort of wound that is deep, that you feel that it is showing signs of infection, and then if you're all okay and you're good to go, use yarrow. It's a powerful herb that's used in ancient Greek medicine to combat wounds, to stop the bleeding, and also to heal pain and to heal the wound in a very nice way. So other ways that is used, that yarrow is used, is it's dried and made into a powder, so it's used for wound healing. You can, if you have a wound, you can apply the powder onto the wound and it will heal perfectly. It will stop the bleeding as well. Read on yarrow. Yarrow is also used to help with menstrual pain as well as reduce menstrual bleeding as well. It's used as a tea, capsule, tincture. We'll also be using the an amount of this yarrow to make a yarrow glycerite, which is a yarrow tincture that is alcohol free, using distilled water and glycerite. So stay tuned for that. We will be using it to help combat a variety of ailments, and also we will be doing a flower essence using the yarrow flowers and the power of sunshine. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you're interested in more. If you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed, subscribe, like and share. I'd love to have you on board. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video we're going to talk about 2 important warnings I would like you to know regarding using yarrow as a healing herb. Now previously we did talk about yarrow in all its forms and all its parts, and what you can use it for, what it's traditionally meant for, as well as some simple recipes. I'll include the video that gives you an overview of the plant in the description box below, so be sure to check it out. And if you have not yet subscribed, please support the channel, subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Now the 2 warnings I have for you for today's video in regards to using yarrow, because yarrow is a wonderful anti-inflammatory, cool, sweet and astringent herb. You got to be careful when using it, and you got to use it for the right reasons. So I want you to avoid using yarrow or any other plant and herb in large doses. So when it comes to yarrow specifically for pregnancy, please avoid using the yarrow herb. Now you can use it in small doses here and there, but personally I would avoid using yarrow during pregnancy in all its stages. Why? Because yarrow is a uterine stimulant. Anything that is a uterine stimulant should be avoided during pregnancy. Also, another warning for you for today is that in rare cases, unfortunately, this wonderful plant can cause severe allergic skin rashes. And this is mainly due to the wrong uses of yarrow, or even the prolonged use of the plant, and also the prolonged use, like you've been using the plant for many continuous months, every single day, kind of, for example, can in some people cause the increase in the skin's photosensitivity. So please be careful of that. These were 2 warnings I had for today. If you enjoyed today's content, like, share and subscribe. I'd love to have you. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today's video we're going to talk about the yarrow leaves and what can you use them for. Previously we did talk about the different parts of yarrow, and I did go into a deep overview of the plant as a whole. Today we're going to cover the leaves, and I've got a couple of good recipes for you to try using organic yarrow leaves, whether they are fresh or dry. So when it comes to the leaves, they're really important for basically encouraging clotting. You can use them for anything to do with that. You can use them for helping to stop nosebleeds as well. These were the traditional uses of the leaves, but please be careful. Do not just use the common sense. Do not insert any yarrow in your nostril or in your any area regarding that, because that will not work. Now another thing is they can also be used as an infusion to help in relieving migraines. If you're lucky enough to harvest yarrow, or if you have correctly identified the yarrow in the area that you're living in, you know this pollutant free, it doesn't contain any chemicals, and feel free to harvest the leaves throughout the growing season and focus on the smaller leaves as well if you're intending to use them for any sort of infusion or any sort of a recipe, a DIY recipe, focus on the smaller leaves. The smaller the better. Also, 2 ways to use the leaves. First of all, you can use them fresh. Basically, make an infusion out of them, a tea out of them. That would be great. Another thing you can use them is to make a poultice. You can use fresh leaves. You can make basically you can make a tea out of them and then put it on the area where, for example, you have cuts and grazes. Just make sure you disinfect the cut and make sure that it's not an open already bleeding cut that way. So these were the best ways to use the yarrow leaves. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like, share and subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Take care and have a great day. You're thinking of using yarrow infused oil. Here are 7 groups of people that need to avoid using it because it does have some potential side effects and a couple of warnings you should know about, starting with pregnant women. Now, yarrow is known to stimulate menstruation. It could also lead to miscarriage, so pregnant women should avoid using yarrow oil, whether it is externally or internally. Second, we have breastfeeding women. Now, due to the lack of sufficient research on the safety of yarrow during the lactation period, it's always essential and recommended to avoid using the yarrow oil because of the caution and on the side of safety as well. And the third group of people is anyone who has allergies to plants in the yarrow family. We've got ragweed, marigolds, daisies as well. You may also be allergic to yarrow if you are allergic to any of these plants, and it's essential in order to know if you're allergic or not to always perform a patch test before using yarrow oil topically. And if you do have any allergic reactions, discontinue use immediately. And the allergic reactions include some itching, redness, or any swelling in the area that you've applied the yarrow oil to. Number 4 is individuals that are taking blood thinning medication on a regular basis. Now, yarrow contains compounds that may affect the blood in terms of it has mild blood thinning effects. Therefore, anyone taking blood thinning medication, anyone taking anticoagulants such as Warfarin or aspirin, for example, should consult their doctor before using yarrow infused oil in order to avoid potential interaction. 5 on the list, we have children of all ages. Yarrow infused oil may be too potent for children, especially if applied topically, so it's always best to consult with your own pediatrician in order to get more customized advice on the safety of yarrow infused oil on children. Number 6 is anyone with medical conditions such as liver disorders, kidney problems, or hormone sensitive conditions like endometriosis, for example. Just consult with your doctor before using this oil because it can interact with medication or exacerbate underlying health issues. And lastly, anyone planning surgery, because yarrow has mild thinning effects. So anyone planning surgery within at least 2 weeks before and after the scheduled surgery, please stop using yarrow infused oil because it can prevent excessive or it can lead to excessive bleeding during or after the procedure and affect the blood clotting process. If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. I'll see you on the next one. About 2 months ago, I made this yarrow infused oil from dried yarrows, and here's how I'm going to use it. So I made it by steeping yarrow flowers in a carrier oil, and I used olive oil. You can use whatever carrier oil you're comfortable with. Just avoid using coconut oil if you live in a cold climate because it's just going to solidify and it's not going to work. Yarrow has been used for centuries for its medicinal purposes, and when you infuse it into the oil, it can be applied topically for many purposes. So here is how I'm going to use it. First of all, I'm going to strain it and I'm going to use it for skin healing because it's known for its ability to promote skin healing and cell regeneration. It also contains compounds that are anti-inflammatory, compounds that are antimicrobial, making it super beneficial for helping to treat minor cuts, wounds, bruises, and skin irritations. Another way you could use it is to help soothe irritated skin because the anti-inflammatory properties found in yarrow make it really soothing and useful for helping with inflamed skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and dermatitis as well. If you live in an area where you are prone to sunburn, you can also use it as a sunburn relief, and it can provide a relief from sunburn because of its anti-inflammatory properties. You can apply the oil topically to sunburned skin, which makes it really helpful to reduce the pain, the redness, and the inflammation. You are prone to acne, you can use the Yarrow infused oil because it has antibacterial properties that really help to combat acne causing bacteria. It also has wonderful astringent properties that help to tighten the pores, reduce excess oil production, making it super useful for anyone facing acne problems. If you tend to suffer with pain, it could also be used as a mild pain relief because it could help alleviate minor pain and discomfort when you apply it topically to sore muscles, joints, or bruises. Because of its anti-inflammatory properties, that can help with swelling, and its analgesic properties that will help to alleviate pain. And you could also kickstart that by adding some really good essential oils that are known to help in relieving pain. Some good ideas are frankincense, rosemary. We also have eucalyptus that is really good for pain relief. Just a few drops will do. You can also use it for your hair because some people have used Yarrow infused oil, and it is believed to help strengthen hair follicles, promote hair growth, and improve the scalp health. You can start by massaging the oil into the scalp. Really helps to nourish these hair roots and soothe scalp conditions like dandruff. You could also kick it up a little by adding some rosemary or essential oil, as in a few drops, to really help combat hair loss and promote hair growth. The wonderful idea is to use it for menstrual cramp relief, and it could be massaged into the lower abdomen to help alleviate menstrual cramps. And then you could also add a warm water bottle, and it is also used because its anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties are known to help in reducing the intensity of the cramps and providing relief from the discomfort. And lastly, if you suffer from varicose vein, this could provide you relief as well because it's known to help in reducing the appearance of varicose veins and improving circulation in the body when you massage it into the affected areas. Now please remember, if you want to use Yarrow infused oil, it's essential to always perform a patch test on the skin first to check for any allergic reactions or sensitivities. Additionally, while Yarrow has so many benefits that we've talked about, it's always important to do a patch test and to consult with your healthcare professional. Do not use it if you are pregnant, nursing, or on children without consulting with your own doctor. I'll see you in the next video.